Our next guest started her career as a fashion stylist, but she has since expanded her focus on how we look to include what we cook.
So to tell us how she ended up neck deep in fermented foods, it's the beauty chef, Carla Oates.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
I love that your name is associated with food when you're the beauty chef, you know?
I spent a lot of
Carla
time
Oates.
thinking about, I know, it would be terrible if it was like trans fats or something as the last name. So, yeah, very happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
So the transition from fashion to
Yeah.
fermented, not your logical path.
No.
Tell us how it all began for you.
So my mum was a fashion editor and she was in magazines, and so it was just this natural kind of progression because I loved fashion, I loved writing, but I had eczema and allergies as a child and a teenager, and it was quite chronic. And my mum took me to see a naturopath. Like, you know, prior to that, we went through all the conventional routes, and I had all the different creams and topical kind of pharmaceutical creams that didn't really work. And so I went and saw a naturopath, and she eliminated certain foods from my diet that I was allergic to and introduced other supplements and foods. And so from a very young age, I understood that connection between what we eat and how we feel and how we look. My eczema cleared up, I felt better, I had more focus at school. And so I always wanted to get into something that helped people. I felt very passionate. And so then fast forward years later, I was a journalist in magazines and I was writing about beauty, and I got sent all these beauty products. And a lot of them had these chemicals in them that I thought, these aren't good for people. These chemicals in mass market skincare products. And so I thought, and looking after your skin really, from my experience, is an inside-out job. And so I quit the newspaper and I made it was my vision and mission to educate people about how to look after their skin in a more holistic way.
And now you're dominating the world. And you've used your family as test subjects.
Yes. My daughter, fast forward years later, she's 28 now, but when she was about 10, she suffered from eczema and allergies, so she has that family predisposition. And so I eliminated foods that I had were triggers for me, like gluten and dairy, for example. And I looked at this research, which was really interesting. I love researching, I'm a bit of a nerd. I looked at this research that looked at the connection between certain types of gut bacteria and allergies and eczema. I realised that there was this connection between the gut and the skin. So I put my whole family on a gut healing protocol, which was around, eliminating certain foods, but introducing lacto-fermented probiotic-rich foods to look after your gut health. And then I was giving my fermented foods that I was making, like kombucha and kefir and sauerkraut, to all my friends and family. Now, my daughter's skin completely changed, and she didn't have the eczema outbreaks that she was having. She, again, more focused at school. She felt better and her allergies subsided. So I really knew that I was onto something. Yeah. So in 2009, I brought out Glow in a Beauty Powder. 16 years later, now we've helped over 2,000 people with their gut health and their skin health, which we're very proud of at The Beauty Chef. It's awesome. And I love the fact that science has caught up with nature. There is so much research in the area of the gut microbiome and the incredible connection between not just the gut and the skin, but the gut and the brain, gut and metabolism, gut and immune health. I'm really privileged. I work with the most amazing team of people. So I work with a team of microbiologists, naturopaths and nutritionists. We actually opened up our state-of-the-art fermentation plant in Sydney around 8 years ago, which means that we can really optimise our formulas and we have more control over the process, so we can do more research.
We've loved having you here.
Yeah, thank you.
You've used a lot of words that we've never used before. Please give it up for beauty chef Carla Oates. Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.